Hello and welcome to today's video. In today's video I'm going to make a shell monster using a real seashell and some polymer clay. Alright, we'll get started right after this. For this project I'm using Premo Sculpey and I'm using blue glitter and frost white glitter. The first thing I'm going to do is soften up both colors before I swirl them together. So while I'm swirling them, I don't want to mix them completely, just enough so they have a nice swirl to them, kind of a marble effect. And then I'll mix it up, soften it up some more, get it into the basic shape that I need for my shell monster. So I want this to slide into that shell and then have a little creature peeking out of it. Now this is way too much clay. This creature would be way bigger than what I want, so I'm going to go ahead and trim it down and then smooth out the top for his head so I don't have that rough, not the rough edge, the flat edge that I had from the piece I cut off. And I'm pretty happy with this size, so I'm going to go ahead and start sculpting out his eyes. So I'm using a ball tool to make sockets for my glass beads, and then I'm going to go ahead and insert these glass beads into his eye sockets. Now these do have holes in them, so they can be used for like a necklace or a bracelet, so I want to make sure to push them in far enough that you can't see those holes. The next thing I'm going to do is roll out a snake of clay and use that for some eyelids. So I'm going to just cut off some little pieces, round off the edges so it doesn't have that flat edge from where it was cut. Go ahead and do another piece for his other eye. Once I get those wrapped around and shaped, I'm going to go ahead and do his lower eyelids. So I'm just cutting two pieces around the same size, smoothing them out. And if you notice, I use my needle tool to pick up the pieces. That's a lot easier, but sometimes you'll get like a little mark in there, so you want to make sure to smooth that out. And here I'm just smoothing out the edges to blend it in with the rest of the sculpture. Once I'm done with the eyes, I'm going to go ahead and make his mouth. So I've pre-baked a couple of teeth to use. I want to kind of give him this nice overbite. So I'm just getting those placed on there, taking a little bit more of my clay mixture, and I'm going to cover up the top of these so I can have those sticking out underneath his top lip. I'm going to use a ball tool to do some indentions just for a little bit of a mouth area behind these teeth. I don't want to make it too deep, like he's got his mouth open, just something that kind of marks where his mouth is. So now that I'm happy with how the teeth are placed, I'm going to go ahead and shape out his upper lip area. And I had these kind of stick to that, so I'm going to place those back on there, get this shaped out. Got a little bit too much clay on there, so I'm going to cut some off, smooth it out, put that back over there. And I'm pretty happy with this. I'm going to use my ball tool to smooth that in, blend it in with the rest of the sculpture like I did with the eyelids. And then I'm going to give him just a little bit of a smile underneath there. Now the next thing I want to do is make some ears for him. I thought it'd be fun to give him these little fin ears, and in fact it reminds me of a Pokemon I did years ago. I can't remember the name of the Pokemon. I've only played a few of the Pokemon games, but I do really like the characters, and so I have made some out of clay and needle felt before. So I've got his little fin ears, doing some indentions on there. I'm going to go ahead and again smooth this into the rest of the sculpture with a ball tool. Do the same thing with his other fin ear type thing. Are these ears? Are they fins? Are they fears? I don't know. So I'm getting these on there. I use my ball tool to smooth that in. Now that I have the ears done, I'm just going to go through and do some little adjustments. I noticed this one eyelid was a little bit off, so I use my ball tool and needle tool to adjust that, smooth his ears in, get those all touched up, and I just want to make sure he still fits okay in his seashell. The last thing I want to do is give him another fin on the top of his head that makes it look kind of like a little bit of a mohawk. So I'm just smoothing out some more of the clay, and I'm going to go ahead and press that in. I'm not going to use the ball tool to smooth it in because I do want it to stick out like a fin on the top and not blend so much. Alright, once I'm happy with that, I'm going to go ahead and add some liquid Sculpey and put that into my shell so I can bake that in there with him. So I'm going to go ahead and bake him according to package instructions. And here is the finished shell monster sculpted out of Premo Sculpey. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed today's project. I really had a lot of fun making this guy. He was pretty easy to make. Took about a half hour. So sometimes it's fun just to do these simpler projects, take a little bit less time. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. And ring that notification bell to get notified when I post new videos. All right, well, thanks for watching, and remember, never stop creating. Bye. If you want to see how I make my monster parts ahead of time, like I did for the teeth for this little guy, be sure to check out this video in the upper left. Or you can check out this other awesome video. All right, well, this has been fun. Okay, I just got some time to kill here until this little segment's done. All right, thanks. Bye.